Since the active duty map pool change from Inferno to Nuke, a lot of people have made new versions of Inferno. Because of this, I've decided to make this video critiquing some of the goods and bads of these two specific ones. We are talking about Boule's edit of DE Inferno and Inferno by 3 Clicks Philip. Let's begin with Boule's edit of DE Inferno. The spawn is still enclosed, meaning that if you want to block your teammates on the way out, you can still do that. This being a big problem for smurfers and generally toxic players in the game. The vent-like door in apps is weird. A proper door would work better and feel more natural in this area that's filled with doors and no actual doors that open. Banana's CT side is overpowered. It's wider, so it's significantly more difficult for an opper to get away, but equally they get a massive sightline down Banana. You would think this makes it stabilized, but a flashbang could easily get that CT out of that position. I feel that angle for an opper would change naturally from car to that corner, as it allows for an easy pick and a fast fadeaway. You can now see from wood all the way into the entrance into B, before you needed to jump on top of the wood stack. Quad no longer allows for the dank boosts up behind the pillar, but it provides more cover to CTs attempting to hide from oncoming terrorists. Pit has been improved to disallow the tight angle between the bumper of the car and the corner of the wall. The closed-up wall in apps no longer allows for strategic crossfire between boiler and balcony. If the player at boiler wishes to assist, he must cross main rooms, windows, and balcony, putting him massively in the open towards oppers. The angle from boiler has always been a key way to hold that area, and I feel that this will grant terrorists controls of apps way too easy. The fence in graveyard has been changed to improve visibility, which works, just fine. The invisible walls that made me dislike this map outright are still here. The camping spots on the way into bomb sites B have been completely removed. The corners are still there, but the CTs are open to the crowd. The mess that is construction is still in full effect. All the clipping issues around the map still exist. With the addition of all these nice little corners, you could crunch yourself up and line up for smokes and flashes. I like this, and it could be used creatively, much like the middle wall in Mirage that remains unused in some cool strategy. And that's it for Boule's edit. Let's move on to 3 Clicks Philip, in which I've written a lot more. T-spawn has been decluttered and widened to allow terrorists to not get stopped by griefers. Although this would maybe mess up the timings by a second or so, as the wider angles but unchanged length allows for faster runs through the area. The small chicken house at spawn has been unnotably moved back to the corners. You can no longer spend the entire round hidden behind there as a terrorist. You can still happily climb on top of it though. Banana has been opened up and the pillars have been removed. But despite this, there's still cover protecting you from the former car position. Car has been replaced with bangable wood and forcing you to only peek one side. Equally, the corner has been adjusted to allow for an easier getaway from this dangerous position. Although I feel it may be too dangerous to use effectively, I feel that this position will be adding to the experience. You can no longer jump on top of wood to see into the entrance of B. I feel this removes one of the clever angles in this area. I would like it to get put back in, as this map is still in an edit. The entrance to B has removed one of the camping corners that Get Right uses, but it's kept the more risky and dangerous option up by first oranges. Philip has added a wonderful bangable wood corner to the CT alley. It is a gap at the top that can be used for powerful boosts that is vulnerable to sprays, or you can throw flashbangs through it to flash oncoming terrorists. Construction has been violently decluttered, with the only camping spots even slightly sticking behind is the iconic sandbags, which even then is difficult to hide behind. On B site, the darker corner has been lit up with a light and bright white door to catch out any CTs or Ts hiding there. Second mid has justifiably been completely unchanged, together with T-apps, as this is not where the problems begin, except for the entrance to T-apps from terrorist spawn. The window on main room has been changed completely to allow nades to pass through, as well as improving visibility for a terrorist who wishes to shoot down any CTs in this area. I personally am very happy with this change, as attempting to throw a Molotov through that window once got me a 7-day ban. Apps is where the big change is. Unlike Boule's version, this big change isn't about constricting the map more than it already was. The boiler's sightline is still available to terrorists and counter-terrorists, but the change is between bedroom and main room. The wall has been completely removed, meshing the two rooms together. The truck covering up pit has changed to a hay bale. The ugly corner has been removed,
but has been replaced with a cheeky spot right above the hay bale. Half of balcony has been removed to disallow people playing in this position for quick cover. If they want protection, they're going to have to jump in the pit. Speaking of pit, the pillar has been raised to remove vision to apps, which could provide you for more cover here in pit than there was initially. These plastic containers don't move. Ace side itself has been decluttered, disallowing camp fests and adding a wonderful bangable wall that isn't high enough to see over, but not low enough to not consider peeking over. It's the same risk reward as the new banana. Forgot to mention that the fountain area in B has been changed for a pillar. You can still hide behind it, it's just a lot more difficult to stay hidden behind there. The water has also been changed from the murky, dark water filled with shrubbery and fish to a brighter color. And you can actually see through it now. I want the fishes back, damn it! Phillips also removed the railing from Graveyard, allowing for easier escapes from this position. Although I don't really see how you would ever want to escape from that position. Shooting windows changes how the light gleams off of it, increases visibility. Which is weird, change that, fix it now. And that's about it. That's about all I could actually find about the different maps. You can decide yourself if these changes actually improve or actually not improve, but I feel like 3 Clicks Phillips has actually thought out a lot more of the changes to the map, while Boule has focused on the 2 main difficulties in the map rather than the overall small difficulties. He has focused on fixing T-apps and banana and not really much else. And although I feel like 3 Clicks Phillips' map is not as pretty as Boule's map is, I feel that if Boule did the changes that 3 Clicks Phillips did, but in the prettier way, I would like his changes more. Regardless, they're both a step in the right direction for changing Inferno to the correct way, and I cannot wait for the 2 or 3 operations it's going to take before this new map is released. Catch you later.